Good afternoon. My name is Dennis Hayes. Welcome to my COM 1201 Section 64 informative speech. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the Second Amendment. Wait a minute, that's got to be wrong, right? It says amendments. There's only one, right? Wrong. There are actually at least two different Second Amendments, and there could be as many as 15 different Second Amendments. I'm going to be talking to you today about how we wound up with more than one, what they mean, and how their meaning has been reinterpreted over the years. And hopefully this will help you understand next time you hear arguments about the Second Amendment and gun rights and the rights to bear arms, how after over 200 years we're still debating and arguing and having Supreme Court cases trying to figure out what it means. So first of all, how did that happen? Well, when Congress was passing all of these passing the amendments, they didn't have copy machines. There were a lot of different versions running around, and as it turned out, the version of the Second Amendment that Congress passed wound up being slightly different from the version that was sent to the states for ratification. And then the states actually, some of those made other changes to it before they ratified it and sent it back to the federal government. The changes by the states were pretty minor. We're not going to be dealing with those today. We're going to be looking at the two main Second Amendments. And you can see the Second Amendment, the one that was passed by Congress is at loc.gov for libraryofcongress.gov, and the one that was ratified by the states is in the National Archives at archives.gov. The main difference is a comma, two commas separating one phrase, and if that phrase is read without the comma, it tends to give the states, tends to give individuals the right to bear arms. If it's read with the two commas, it tends to give the states the right to raise their own militias. And so that's why there's such a big argument there. And how have these things changed over the years? Well, originally the Supreme Court looked at the one with at the version with the commas and said, this amendment gives states the right to have their own militias so that they have some autonomy of their own. Starting in the mid to late 1900s, especially with pushing by the NRA, there have been more court cases from the Supreme Court that have tended to rule that the commas weren't important and that the Second Amendment actually gives individuals the right to own weapons. And you can see some of the court cases at saf.org. They have a good listing of all of the Supreme Court cases. Some of them have been annotated with added information. And also, Sal Cornell has written a good article on this for the Origins magazine. It was in volume 1, issue 5, and it can be found at ehistory.osu.edu/OSU/origins at the Ohio State University website. So hopefully now you understand better about how we wound up with two Second Amendments and why this causes such a debate even until today. Thank you very much.